Welcome to another episode of the Hilltopian. It is July 30th, 29th, I don't know, but it's been a hot one. And I just want to kind of show you what's going on in the garden more recently. We brought out some of our, we brought out our house plants again, so we got our palms here, which I think does a great job of making things look really kind of tropical, obviously. Our lime tree has gone crazy this year. I don't take this inside or leave it. It doesn't fruit, but I mean, look how vigorous it is. It's starting to become a monster up there. Watch yourself as you walk by because it's very, very thorny. I probably wouldn't, if I were you, put it in an area like that. But again, we're bringing all sorts of houseplants out here. Things that you find in the tropical jungle that would not survive out here in winter, but help make the area look really interesting because they've got very vibrant variety of species out there. You'll never find anything comparable up here. Like these pitcher plants. So if you don't like flies in your yard, you probably have not seen these. These are some various forms of pitcher plants. These collect bugs, and the flies, they like stink like something's dead or something like in there. And so sometimes, I don't know if you can see it, but there might be a bug down there, a fly down there. But these are some various forms of pitcher plants, and they basically are carnivorous plants. And I have to say, there's been less flies around town, or around the garden recently, so they might be doing their job. Sometimes I put them inside the house, who knows. So there's been a number of different things that have been happening in the yard. I'm not sure where I want to take you first. Actually, let's go over here. Houseplants, you'll never see a philodendron in your garden, not in the Northwest, unless the climate change happens. This year, I don't know if you can see, the black bamboo has really taken off. We got these big, huge stems now, and it's decided to move this way. And even though this is a clumping variety, evidently it's kind of happy. And it's decided to get some new, really big shoots. And I love the texture that it provides. I really love that. You can't beat that for a tropical field. Some of the new things that we did this year, we went down to, I can't remember the new place. Anyway, we got this nice blue pot, and we potted it up, and this is sort of a new focal feature, which, you know, I wanted to be seen from over there and over there, be appreciated. And we found these kind of cool plants called toad lilies, and I don't know if you can come in here and really focus in on. It looks like a lily, but it's not really a lily. They call it toad lily, and it's got these really cool little tiny flowers that are really awesome. This is kind of our fern grotto. We've got like lady ferns and tassel ferns, but this is my favorite thing in the whole entire world. I'll never get any better than this. It's the baby one. It's just in a pot for now because I'll have to bring it in over the winter. But eventually, I won't have to bring this in over the winter. This is a tree fern. It's a New Zealand tree fern, basically. So this is a baby one. I don't know if you can see that this cool thing. Eventually, this will grow up to have a big trunk, and you can leave it outside and overwinter it. There's some secrets to that, which I would have to probably go into. I won't waste your time now. But this will eventually be a huge thing, and I'm thinking that this will be the place for it eventually. That will have this huge, like, dinosaur fern fronds growing over here. And I'm excited about that. You know, here's something a little bit more mundane. You guys know what poinsettias are. I didn't know this till recently, but these are actually a form of euphorbia. And so we kind of overwintered it. A lot of bamboo debris today. And decided to just kind of keep it growing. So I just decided to add it out here. It's got a nice little shock of color. We've got all sorts of different ferns growing here. I got a shield fern, an Alaskan fern. The shield fern is kind of, unfortunately, is down here, and it's competing with my golden hops, which decided after being inundated by dog activity to finally grow back. So I'm happy about that, so I can't complain too much. This is a new thing. I don't know where I'm going to put it yet. This is called an anemone. And it's a gorgeous shade plant, and I'm not sure where I'm going to put it, but if you want to see some good examples of that, go down to Point Defiance garden down there. They have in their shade garden, they have beautiful examples of this in the shade garden. Of course, we have fuchsias. We got our grasses. I'm really happy this year about how huge this fuchsia is growing. This is just gorgeous. We also have fish food, which should be out of the shot, but I didn't think about that before this happened. We have our elephant ears. Everything's looking very gorgeous. I have this asparagus fern, which is, you know, the indoor plant, really, in the winter. But again, some more tassel fern. And I think the more ferns you have in your garden, it gives you more of a lush feel. That's a sword fern, very common in the Northwest. It's not looking that good. I kind of like these tassel ferns a little bit more. Have this wire plant here, which is really cool. I'm still very happy about my mind your own business, or some people know this as baby's tears. However, the big addition this year is banana. This, which is, you know, I don't know if it's having a good time yet, but I vow to overwinter this year, and actually it'll survive till next season, and I'm learning from it. We'll see. This is a hardy, you guys probably know this already, this is a hardy cana. It's got very small versions of the cana bloom. Not as gorgeous, but I love the form of it. This pheasant grass is overtaking everything, and we'll move it, I think, to the front yard, which is going to be overhauled next year. Pheasant grass to the pheasant berry, another volunteer in our garden, which I decided not to get rid of. I love this plant. It's like so golden. It's got these cool flower chains. This fennel's here, and it's like a pollinator airport. I'm probably scaring off a whole bunch of stuff, but there's so many different types of pollinators, and you won't get this on your video at all, but there's like these tiny little wasp-like insects that are just amazing. And I can sit here for hours and watch the drama that happens with some of these guys. I don't know if you can catch that up there. Plenty of bees. Oh yeah, so these little, they're really small. I've actually witnessed little tiny wasp valor. They actually look out for each other. And one was dead in a. Oh, sorry, that was a really cool little like hoverfly thing that has this like little weird alien tube. Of course, honeybees. But it was trying to save its friend from which was already dead, from a web. But I watched it and it stayed there for like 10 minutes trying to see if it was still alive and trying to knock it loose. And it was pretty incredible, I thought. Over here, sorry, honey. We have gingers, which are doing really well. And this is also another thing I'm happy about. I know I've complained in the past about Nicotiana, which used to grow in my old garden, like it'd seed itself every year, and the Nicotianas I planted in here would never seed themselves. Finally got some Nicotiana that seeds itself. And I can't smell it because I don't have a sense of smell. But I know from what I did have a sense of smell that this is like one of the most beautiful smells in the world. Still plenty of places to work on, things to form up. And, oh yeah, airplanes. You guys probably see these. I see these around a lot more often. Down in the tropics, you see these all over the place. I figured I might as well bring mine outside. Got one there, and one that's really looking like an alien here. Which is, people don't think plants are intelligent or have any sort of consciousness. It's really amazing to think that and see how plants adjust to their surrounding environments, how they actually move themselves and communicate, which there's plenty of evidence for. Look it up. It's not a conspiracy thing. Anyway, that's probably all I have for today. I know I vowed to have Cisco Morris on, but I'll tell you what, Cisco Morris is kind of being a jerk. So maybe next time, I just messaged him. He might even come later tonight, but I'm not sure. We'll see. Yeah.